Okay, this video is for the 3 questions under the heading 7.4D. Solve problems involving ratios, rates, and percents, including multi-step problems involving percent increase, percent decrease, and financial literacy problems. Let's look at question number 1 and see what it is asking us to find. It says Amanda increased the amount of protein she eats every day from 48 grams to 54 grams. By what percentage did Amanda increase the amount of protein? Okay, so let's annotate this for information. We're talking about a percent increase from 48 grams to 54 grams, and we're looking for the percentage of increase. Okay, so the first thing you should have drawn on your paper is the hashtag for percent increase. Since it is a percent increase, your original is on top, the increase is in the middle, and then your new total is down at the bottom. Remember, your original is always your 100%. My original grams was 48. My new grams was 54. And I am looking for what is the percent of increase. Okay, so I need this increase total here. That's what I need. Well, if my new total is 54 and my original total was 48, the difference is 6. And so you do not need this last part. And so now my ratio or my proportion is ready to set up. 48 over 6 equals 100 over x. I always like to try and simplify and make the equations easier to solve. 6 goes into itself, or 6 divided by 6 is 1. 48 divided by 6 is 8. And so when you multiply by the 2 and divide by the 8, it's going to be easier to solve. 100 divided by 8 is now your equation. 8 does not go into 1, 8 goes into 10 one time. When I multiply, I get 8. When I subtract, I get 2. I'm going to bring down the 0. 8 goes into 20 twice. So 8 times 2 is 16. When I subtract, I'm going to get 4. And I'm going to go ahead and add a decimal and a 0 and bring it down. 8 goes into 45 times. And so your quotient is 12.5. And when you go to your hashtag box, you know that the 12.5 is here. And that is my percent. So your answer was D. If you have any questions with this question, please see me. Okay, question number 2. Matt has answered 17 out of 25 of the questions on a test. If he answers 3 more questions, what percent of the test will he still have to complete? Okay, so let's annotate. He has answered 17 out of 25. He's going to answer 3 more. And the question is asking for what percent of the test does he still have to complete? Okay, so if he has already answered 17 out of 25 questions, he's going to answer 3 more. So total, he has answered 20 out of the 25 questions. Okay, so if he's already answered 20 out of the 25, what does he have left? Well, 25 questions out of 25 is the whole test minus what he has already answered, 20 out of 25. So he still has 5 more to answer. This is how many he has left to answer. And this is what they're asking for. What is this as a percent? And so you simply take it to 100. It scales. 20. There's a relationship between 25 and 100 times 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. And so here's your percent fraction. And so it is 20%. So your answer for this one was 20%. So if you have any questions with this question, please see me. Okay, question number 3. Mr. Nelson sold 147 bags of popcorn and 216 bottles of water in 3 days. At this rate, how many more bottles of water than bags of popcorn will Mr. Nelson sell in 5 days? Okay, so let's annotate for information. He sold 147 bags of popcorn and 216 bottles of water in 3 days. Okay, so at this rate, so obviously it's a unit rate question, how many more bottles of water than bags of popcorn will he sell in 5 days? Okay, so if this is a unit rate question, the first thing I have to do is find out, well, if he sells 147 bags of popcorn in 3 days, how many bags does he sell in 1 day? So that's where we are going to start. So 147 bags divided by the 3 days. 3 does not go into 1, 3 goes into 14, 4 times. When I multiply, I get 12. When I subtract, I get 2. I'm going to bring down the 7. 3 goes into 27 9 times. When I multiply, I get 27. And so it terminates. My division process is finished. So he sells 49 bags per day. Okay, so now I'm going to go do the same thing with the bottles of water. He sells 216 bottles of water in 3 days. I want to know how many bottles he sells in 1 day. 3 goes into 20, does not go into 2. 3 goes into 21 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. When I multiply and subtract, I get 0. I bring down my 6. 3 goes into 6 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. And so again, my division process is finished because it terminates. So he sells 72 bottles per day. Okay, so now you have the unit rate. So now what you want to do, we have to find out at this rate, how many does he sell in the 5 days? So I'm going to start with the popcorn. Okay, so this is my popcorn. 49 per day. So now I'm going to take 49 and I'm going to multiply it by the 5 days. 9 times 5 is 45. Carry my 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 4 is 24. So he's going to sell 245 popcorns in 5 days. Okay, so now I have to go find out how many bottles of water is he going to sell in 5 days. So he sells 72 bottles in 1 day, so I'm going to take that 72 and I'm going to multiply it by 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1 is 36. So he's going to sell 360 bottles of water in 5 days. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my question, because my question says how many more bottles of water than bags of popcorn will he sell? So that means that I have to do one last step, and that is to subtract to find out how many more. So I'm going to take the 360 bottles, and I'm going to subtract the 245 bags of popcorn. I cannot take 5 from 0, so I'm going to make that a 10. Regroup my 6 to 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. So he's going to sell 115 more bottles of water. So this is the answer that I am going to look for in my answer choices, and it is right here at C. And so your answer is 115. If you have any questions with regards to any of these 3 problems, please see me. Thank you.